I've got supplies ready. I've got some frames, queen excluder for Hive East. Their honey super's going on today. So I haven't done the inspection yet, but I'm suspecting that Hive West is really cram-packed. They've really been busy, and so my plan is I think I'm going to put this little medium super, or this little medium on here, medium brood box, not a super, I'm going to put a medium brood box on there, and just to give them some more space. If they get too crowded, then they're going to be looking to swarm. If the queen doesn't have anywhere to lay eggs, then she's going to bail. So I'm going to add this medium on there, and then Hive East is going to get their honey super, and we're going to check it out. Okay, so like 4 days ago, I did just a quick little like mini inspection because I put this honey super on Hive West, and I just wanted to make sure that the bees were getting in there and that they were using it and preparing it. It was a honey super from last year from my hive that got killed by the yellow jackets. So they were all up in it. They were cleaning out the cells. They were actually putting some nectar in on the east side of the hive. I didn't inspect it, so I don't know what they're doing, but there's a window on this east side. I'll show you. This is the flow hive. So this is the east side of the hive, and this is kind of a window in the flow hive. So there they are still. And yeah, this is all full of nectar. So 4 days ago they had the nectar to about right here. They've got it going like this. So they've filled out a lot, and they're really cleaning these and prepping these cells for the rest of it. So I don't know what they're doing on the other side because I haven't got in there. But this hive is busy. So they're going to get another. Medium right here, brood box, because I suspect that these two boxes are full, and if these are full and the queen doesn't have anywhere to lay eggs, then she's going to bail. So that's the reasoning behind that. Anyways, here we go. 1,000,000 degrees. But it's shaded, so it's July 11th, and it's about 6 in the evening. But what's nice about this location is that from about 1 o'clock on, it's shaded. You can see this is the house. This is all afternoon shade, which is really nice. So what to do first? So I've got my smoker going. I think I'm going to go ahead and throw the medium on Hive West and peek into this honey super and see what they've got going on there. That bees. Okay, so this is the end frame from here. It's all capped honey, packed. And so let's see what we got here. Nice. This is kind of how they are supposed to be. So you've got a brood pattern here. So this is all brood, which is, egg larvae that's capped, and this is all honey that they use. Oh, you better be careful, babe.
Okay. Don't let the girls out. It's too hot.
Yeah.
Henna's on the edge. Alright, now I'm leaving.
What? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was down at the girls.
Okay. They've got a lot of honey in here. I haven't gotten to the bottom box, but I'm gonna end up putting that medium on. There's two full. They're looking good though. Really good frames, just the end frames are kind of, you know, they're starting to cross comb to the hive and stuff, just I think because they're just so packed they start doing that. So this extra little medium will give them something to do. Wow, that is heavy. Whew. That is solid honey. Absolutely solid. Oh my god, it's so hot. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. Whew. Beekeeping is not easy on the back, that's for sure. So I haven't seen the queen yet, so on the bottom here I just basically want to see kind of what patterns they've got going on and see the queen. Wow, this frame actually has a lot of room. So that's all pretty much empty. That's all empty. That's interesting. I think the queen's probably down here. She's got to be. There's a lot of bees kind of active here. So let's see. Well, they're not as full as I thought down here, so I don't know if I should throw that medium on or not, actually. other thing I'm doing is I've got these nickels, and I'm going to put them in the corners here. I'm going to put a nickel in each corner to give ventilation. Like, it's so hot, they've got to be hot, and a nickel is just wide enough to where a bee can't get out, but air can get in. So, queen excluder back on. And I'm going to do these nickels here. Okay, so I thought on the bottom, I didn't see the queen, which kind of sucks, but it's way too hot, so I'm going to let it roll, and I'll check them again like in 4 days and see if I can see the queen. Hopefully it cools off beginning of next week. So this is just going back together. Oh, I'll tell you what though, like a hive full of honey, a box, I'll tell you what, a box full of honey, it's heavy. I mean, it's like 50 pounds. It's no joke. Okay, so just throwing this back together. I didn't see the queen. Everything looks good. They're not as full as I thought on the bottom. She's got some empty brood patterns where she can put eggs. So I'm not going to put that medium on. I'm just putting it back together and putting these nickels in between each box so they can get a little ventilation, because it's 100 degrees. So I think they'll appreciate it. Okay, so this is Hive East. They were a little bit behind Hive West, and so I checked them briefly the other day, and they are ready for the honey super, so I'm going to throw that on. Holy smokes. Oh, it is hot. Smoking my eye. Okay. So that's a nice brood honey. Very nice. So that's the pattern you're looking for. Is this is all brood and eggs, and this is all honey and nectar. It's good. Okay. Okay. Slide these nickels in here. Doesn't seem like a lot, but I bet a crack when it's 100 degrees out, I bet a crack of fresh air, especially in the gorge. So the point of this wire rack is it's just close enough together so the queen can't get up to the box that's going to go up here and lay eggs. It's called the queen excluder. Keeps the queen down here. She can lay eggs, they can pack honey, and then up here is just honey, so that's why it's called the honey super. And this is the honey that you harvest. So all this is their food, and then what's up here is what the beekeeper gets. And ideally you have to, you balance the two. So ideally you balance the two, so in fall these two are full, and then this honey super is also full, or whatever there is extra. So they got to have these two though to get through winter generally. Here's the honey super. I wanted to use on this hive the frameless frames, these ones, but the only place we have to buy bee supplies here was out of these, but I had some. So what I've got is I've got a couple of the framed ones. These are wax frames. They're already kind of started, and I've got, I think, 3 of these. Yeah, I've got 3 of the frameless, and then I'll use a couple ants, and I'll use 5 of these framed ones. Reason being that since this is the honey super and we only have 2 hives, the reason I wanted to use these frameless ones is I only have 2 hives, and the flow hive, it harvests itself. All you have to do is turn the knob thing in the back. So this hive, rather than investing in like an extractor, which is like a barrel, and you put the frames in there and you cut the caps off, and then you spin it and centrifuge it, and then it all collects and then pours down to the bottom. Like, there's no point in investing in that for just 1 hive. Like, if I had 6 hives or something, then I probably would. But what I plan on doing this fall is what they call the crush and strain technique. So the hive, the bees will fill this with honeycomb, and then they'll pack it full of honey, and basically you just take it out and you put it in a filter bag or cheesecloth, something like that, and you just crush it, and then as you crush it, it breaks all the caps, and then it strains out through the cheesecloth, or they have like a honey filter bag made out of nylon. So that's the plan for harvesting this super. So that's why I'm not going to do any type of extractor or anything like that. I just have one hive. I'm just going to crush and strain it and see how that works. I actually had a frame left over from last year, and I just tried it out. It works really well. I'm going to post the video separately, and it's cool. Like, it works good. Some up. So at the beginning of the year, I put these pieces of wood in here just to close down the entrance, because when bees first start their hive, they don't have their full numbers, and it's hard for them to defend themselves against yellow jackets and whatnot. So I close those down, but it's so hot, like, they need this airflow. So that's coming out. Didn't see the queen in Hive West, which sucks, but I'll come back probably Wednesday and check them, and I'll look for her again. Today's Thursday, so I'll be back. I'll check them in a week, and I'll look for her again. I'm sure she's in there, but I didn't see any swarm cells. I didn't see any queen cells. I didn't see anything like that. So I'm sure she's in there. I'm not really too concerned about it. I think I was just hurrying and I missed her. So I don't think it's going to be a problem. Okay, so their entrances are open. Supers are on. Alright, that's it for now. Till next time, bees.